Here. Today's tutorial is going to be just a little bit different than kind of what I usually do. I am doing another inspired look based off of a video game. This is one that I have seen played like a bajillion and one times. It's my husband's favorite franchise, so I just wanted to do something kind of fun with that. So I'm doing Mass Effect makeup, and I'm doing both Paragon and Renegade. I'm kind of doing like a split face thing, so it's going to look a little weird until everything's kind of put together, but I'm really excited because this is going to be a lot of fun. Like, I've had this in my head for a little bit, and I'm kind of really excited to just get going. Okay, so we're going to start off with contour. I already have all my foundation on. I've let it sit and all that jazz. So we are going to get started with contour. So I'm taking my NYX Wonder Stick, and I'm just going to apply that. I don't want to contour a lot on this side. Well, I want to contour a little bit, but this is going to be the Paragon side. This is going to be the Renegade side, so it's going to be a little different. And then one nose. Okay, so I'm just going to get to blending. Just blend and blend. Blend. Okay, so I'm going to take another bronzer, and I'm going to apply it to just this half of my face. I'm going to move my mirror a little bit. It's kind of hard to see that way. I guess I'm just not used to it. And I want this side to be much like darker. As you can tell already, like there's more contour on this side than there is this side. I'm just going to take a little bit just to kind of flatten that edge. Okay, so we're all done with that. Let's move on to blush. So I'm taking my Becca Blushed Copper with my angled blush brush, and I'm going to apply that to just this side because this is a little darker blush than my other one. And I'm going a little heavier than I usually do because I want like a red look. I'm just gonna buff out that so it doesn't look too crazy. So I'm gonna remove that darker blush that I have on there so I can apply a little bit lighter one to this side. So I'm taking my Tarte blush. This is True Love, and it's pink. Well, it's a little pinker. And I'm just going to apply that to the other side. So as you can tell, it's a lot pinker, a lot less contour, and a lot darker, a little bit more contour on that. Okay, moving on to our highlighter. I'm going to be using a lot of highlighter on this side, and I probably won't even use any highlighter on that side. So I'm going to start off with Champagne Pop, as always, and just apply that on the top of my cheekbone. And then I'm going to move on to my Laura Geller Gilded Honey one, if I can get it open. There we go. And just dusting that on top of Champagne Pop. And then we're going to be finishing with our Urban Decay one, and this is the color Aura, and dusting that on top of that. So I am very shiny on this side. Very shiny. Okay, next step, we're going to primer our eyes using Urban Decay Primer Potion. Just the original one this time. Nothing crazy. And I'm just going to apply that to my eyelids. And the other side. Very lovely. Super wonderful. Okay, while I am letting these set a little bit, I'm going to kind of create dark circles under this eye because I want it to look a little bit more run down, a little bit more tired, like war hardened. So I'm just taking this purple from my Morphe palette, using a fluffy brush. And I mean, I'm applying just a little bit. I don't want to look purple. I just want to look a little tired. A little more tired, I should say. I'm always tired. Okay, so you can see a little bit purple under this eye as opposed to this one. Okay, and I'm going to just buff that out just a little bit so it doesn't look like I have this like purple splotch under my eye. Okay, what eye do we want to start with? Let's go with this eye. Okay. So I'm going to take my Real Techniques flutter brush, and I actually have just a little bit of color left on that from my last look. So I want to take that off. And I'm taking Tassel. Yes, I'm taking Tassel. This is from ColourPop. And I'm going to apply that directly in the corner of my eye. And then I'm also going to follow up that with using my finger because I think it just gives it a little bit more pigment. There are very few things I like to apply with my finger, but the ColourPop shadows, the metallic ones at least, are definitely, they're easier for me to blend using my fingers. So, all done with that little bit. I'm going to move on to a silver color. This one is Ice, and it's from the Rumor Has It collection that they have. So, again, taking that brush, going to clean off any of that other powder. And apply that in the middle of my eye. And just gonna make that silver a little bit darker. And apply it with my finger as well. Woohoo! I'll wipe that off. Okay, taking another Real Techniques brush, I'm going to clean that off a little bit. And I'm going to be using Too Shy. I actually got this as a gift, and I haven't been able to create any looks with it just yet because, I mean, it's a beautiful blue, but I haven't had, like, nothing's come to me where I've wanted to use this particular color blue. I've used other blues, but this one today, like, totally was just, like, screaming at me. So I'm really, really pumped to use it. And I'm just going to dust that in there. And I'm going to blend into that silver. And I'm going to take, again, my finger, and I'm going to make that blue pop just a little bit more. I'm going to blend using the brush though, because it's easier to blend with this brush, but it's easier to like pack on color using just my finger. Okay, so we're going to move on and we're going to do a color underneath our eye. Same blue, just using a different, I want to say pencil, brush to apply it with. So using another Real Techniques one. This one's really, really tiny. And we are just going to apply a little bit of that underneath our eye. This blue is so crazy pretty. And it's like super shiny, super metallic. It is just gorgeous. And I just want to pack just a little bit more color because I really, really want this blue to stand out. Okay, I'm pretty comfortable with that. It's nice and bright and blue. I am going to be applying eyeliner, but I'm going to wait because I want them to be nice and even. Well, somewhat even, kind of even-ish. But I'm going to wait until the very, very end to where I'm done with all of my, what's it called? The other eye. That's what it's called. Okay, so moving on. I'm going to be cleaning these brushes off real quick using my Paragon color switch just to get any of the residual color off of it so I can use them for the next eye. Okay, we're all done with that. So I'm taking my BH Cosmetics, this is the 5th edition, 120 color shadow book. And I'm going to start off with, oh, where'd that color go? I'm going to use like a peachy color. Actually, I'm going to take this out so you can see it. I'm going to be using this peachy color right here. Like a peach taupe color almost. Apply that right in the center. I don't want to use white because I don't want to wash anything out. Okay. So the color is pretty much almost the same color as my actual like skin tone. But I think it looks awesome sauce. I'm just going to take just a little bit more and pack it on. Okay. So now that we're all done with that, I'm going to take my color switch again. Just remove that like brown taupe-ish color because I want to use the same brush to apply the red that I'm going to be using. I'm going to be taking this really pretty dark red and I'm using the same brush that I did to apply that inner corner. And this is really pigmented, so I just want to gently rub that in. I can hear a dog howling outside. I'm not sure if it's mine or not. But we just had a fire truck go by. So all the dogs are howling. They want to help out. Okay, now that that is all done, I'm going to clean off that brush real quick. Swirl, swirl, swirl. Okay, taking the same Real Techniques brush, and I'm going to be using this black at the very bottom, just a little bit. I'm going to blend that in to the red that I have. And this black kind of just makes it really nice and smoky. It almost changes the color of the red when it's blended into it. Well, it does change it a little bit, but it kind of makes it almost purpley, which sounds weird. Okay, I'm just going to brush that tiny bit of fallout that I have off of my face. Okay, so we're all done with that for the moment. I'm going to apply that same red with a little bit of the black mixed in with it. I'm going to apply the red first and then I'm going to top it off with the black. Using that Real Techniques brush again. Okay. And then a little black. to make it a little bit more muted. Okay, so I am going to do my eyebrows real quick. We all know how I do my eyebrows. It's no different than I usually do. So I'm going to apply them and I will be right back. And we're back. Okay, so my eyebrows are all done, all that jazz. So it's time to move on to eyeliner. So I have my Stila eyeliner as always, and I'm going to start with right eye. Oh my gosh, I could literally not think of the actual word for that. It's been a day. Okay, I'm just going to apply that. And then I'm going to fill it in. My eyes are so watery. Oh my goodness. Okay, so that's all done. I'm going to line up the start of my wing with my eyebrow and the outside of my eye. So, just going to take that and down. And then the next side. Woo! That wasn't too bad. Okay, and then we're just going to fill in that. Awesome sauce. Looks pretty good from here. Okay, I'm taking a silver liner. Let me look up this is Amethyst. It's from Starlux. And it's really pretty. I'm going to see if I can swatch it. It's kind of like a purpley silver. Oh, it's kind of hard to see on that. But it's very metallic. Very metallic. And I'm going to put that in my lower waterline. Woo! Just to make that even brighter. Okay, so moving on to this side. Same thing, gonna line it again. And then fill it in. Boom! Okay, for this one, the wing is going to be a little bit different. We're going to do two tails again, because that just seems to be like my favorite thing in the world right now. So we're going to start the first wing of it a little bit higher than I usually would for just one. So, taking that. Okay, the first one is done, and then I'm going to finish with that second one. Okay, let's find the cap. All done with that second wing. And I kind of wanted it to flare a little bit differently than I usually would for a cat eye. So it looks a little weird from this distance. Up close it looks a lot better, I promise. So taking my Urban Decay pencil, and I'm going to line my bottom waterline with this black. And before I leave to go apply my falsies, I'm going to apply mascara to my lower lashes. So, I'm taking the L'Oreal Telescopic, and I'm just going to apply that to the bottom lashes real quick. And the other eye. Okay, so we are almost done. I'm going to apply my false lashes real quick, and then we'll come back for our lips and then just a little bit extra. So I'll be back in flash. And we're back. Okay, so I have applied my densest lashes that I have. These ones are Starlit from House of Lashes. So we're going to move on to the rest of our look real quick. I am taking just a NYX eyebrow marker, and this is brown. I used to use this before I started using pomade like years and years ago. So since if you've played the game, you notice the farther you get on and like being like the heel storyline, your face will start to like crack. I know it sounds kind of weird. Hold on. I just realized that my door is not shut and I don't want everyone to hear my dogs. So I'll be right back. Just kidding. Okay, so now that we're all done, door's shut. So hopefully you can't hear them as much now. So we're going to take that and we're going to just kind of start to draw a little bit of cracks sort of on this side of our face. So I'm going to start with like the outside of my eye, and I'm just going to draw some like lines and stuff. And I'm just kind of very quickly drawing like lines that kind of connect, some that don't, just to kind of get a good kind of crackly. I know it's hard to see. It looks a little washed out from this angle. I'm going to take pictures, throw them at the end as always, so you can get a better look. And I'm going to take that red that we used for our eyes, and with just a really fine point. I think this is actually this is a concealer brush from e.l.f. so it has a nice flat edge. I'm going to mute that just a little bit, and I'm going to fill in some of the cracks with just a little bit of red. I don't want to do all of them because I don't want my whole face to just look all weird, but I'm going to apply the red to just a few of the lines and whatnot. Okay, so I know it's hard to see. I'm like trying to get you to see that, but it's a little difficult. It'll make more sense when you can like actually see my face up close in a little bit better light. But we're gonna move on with our lips. I am taking Smitten Lip Tint Mousse. The color is Inflamed. This is from LA Splash, and I'm gonna apply that to my top lip. I was gonna do like a total split face, but I didn't want the red and the blue to kind of bleed together in this way. So we're just going to go with top and bottom lip, a little bit easier. So I'm going to make sure my lips are dry. And let's get started. Okay, I'm going to let that dry a little bit, and while I do, I'm going to be taking jellies, jellies from ColourPop, and applying that to my bottom lip. Okay. Okay, I gotta let my lips dry. Okay, so I'm going to be taking, not that one, just kidding. If I can find the right eyeliner that I want to use. I have a really pretty eyeliner that has a nice smudgy brush on top of it. There it is. Okay, and I'm going to line the top of my red lip with this black. Okay, and then taking that nice little smudgy end of it, I'm just gonna fade into the red. So I'm gonna get a nice little ombre effect. Okay, so now that the bottom lip has dried just a little bit, just enough, I'm going to be using, yeah, there it is, the tassel that we used for our inner eye, and I'm applying that just with my pinky this time, just towards like the center of the lip. So almost a reverse of what we just did to the top lip. Okay. And that is the end of this look. Oh my gosh, I had so much fun with this. This was so cool to do. I really like inspired makeup, but this was a lot of fun. I've been batting around this idea in my head for a little while, and I couldn't figure out how I wanted to actually execute it, and I'm really happy with how it turned out. I will be throwing some pictures up at the end so you can get a much better look of how this looks, because I know the camera's kind of washing it out just a little bit. But again, thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, be sure to like and comment. If you want to see more videos like this, be sure to hit that subscribe button. This will not be the end of like my video game style makeup. I probably will create an entire series just on like inspired looks from video games, because I have a ton of fun with creating looks like that. So this is not the end. This is just the beginning of all the cool stuff that we are going to be doing. I'm so excited. If there's like a character that you really want me to kind of like try out and see if I can create something for, please leave a comment, because I want to do a ton of these. This was so much fun. Okay, I'm all done. I'm just gonna probably take a bunch of pictures because this looks really cool. Okay, but thank you so much for watching this video. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!